Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be doing a review on the Ringside Boxing 100-pound Powerhide heavy bag. So check it out. So first things first, let me show you a close-up of this Powerhide heavy bag. Starting from the top to the bottom, this top actually comes with the 4 metal chains and the D-rings that connects to the nylon straps that are stitched into the bag. But the 4 chains connect to the swivel piece up here and then connect to the carabiner. That's all included with this bag. You do have a zippered top. I opened it to show you guys that it comes with I'd say maybe what, 3/4 of an inch, maybe half an inch of this dense EVA padding, and then it's filled with shredded up clothing. And I'm pretty sure that they probably put sandbags or something to add weight to the bag to get it to the 100-pound mark. Powerhide is basically what they describe as the material they use for the bag itself. So it's not genuine leather, it's Powerhide. So it's basically a synthetic material that they use on here. You have the Ringside logo, that's a cloth patch that's stitched on here. It's pretty standard and basic. You see that on pretty much all Ringside heavy bags. And then coming down to the very bottom, it does have a nylon strap with a D-ring metal attachment at the bottom. So for those of you that want to anchor it down so it doesn't swing as much, it's completely up to you, but at least you have that option there. So here's the stitching at the bottom. I believe this bag is probably made in China or Pakistan. So the bag is actually manufactured in Pakistan. So this one was made in April of this year. And it actually shows you the dimensions on here. So it's 42 inches in height, and diameter wise it's 14 inches in diameter. So 14 by 42, so you guys have an idea of how big this is. And that's it right there. The density on this, they call it and describe it as soft filled, but I think that's misleading. It's definitely not a soft filled bag. It's more on the denser side. And you guys will see here in a second as far as the density goes with this bag. Hey, what's up guys? Carlo here, and today I'm excited to bring you guys a review of the Ringside Boxing 100-pound Powerhide soft filled heavy bag. This retails for $169 from Ringside Boxing. This heavy bag is manufactured in Pakistan, and it uses this Powerhide technology, which is basically their way of saying it's made out of a synthetic, kind of a similar ripstop vinyl material, kind of like what Nazo uses, except to me it's not as nice as quality, not as thick and rugged as feeling. And this bag is actually really similar. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's made by the same manufacturer that makes the Title Boxing soft filled 100-pound bag. It looks identical in terms of the material that they use, as well as the chains, the D-rings, everything looks the same. The fill feels a little bit denser, in my opinion, than the Title Boxing, which is also advertised as soft fill. But I'll get to that here in a second. So you have this Powerhide material, which is synthetic, it's not a genuine leather bag. 42 inches in height from the bottom of the bag to the top, 14 inches in diameter. You also have a metal D-ring at the very bottom for those of you that want to use a floor anchor to keep the bag from swaying around. 4 metal chains with D-rings at the top that are all stitched in to the bag right here. You also have a swivel that's included and a carabiner that's included as well. So you get the entire chain setup. The only thing you have to do from there is get another chain to adjust the height to whatever you want it at, which is completely up to you. Design-wise, the only thing that says that it's Ringside is going to be these cloth patches that are actually stitched onto the bag itself. I do like the fact that they didn't use plastic, because plastic can do a lot of damage to your hands and to your boxing gloves when you make contact. So the fact that they use the cloth is nice. You don't have any sharp edges that will do any damage to your boxing gloves. The fill is shredded up clothing and rags, and they also utilize about a 1/2 inch of this firm density. It's almost like EVA foam on the outside of the bag. So basically the cloth and the rags is at the core of the bag, and then you have that foam padding that is on the perimeter that gives it the shape. So it helps it maintain the shape and helps it maintain consistency regardless of where you punch the bag. So I'm gonna throw my gloves on real quick, that way you guys can see it. But one good thing about this bag is that it maintains a consistent feel throughout the bag. So some of the cheaper heavy bags you get, sometimes they're softer towards this section of the bag in the middle. And then as you get towards the bottom, it gets rock solid, or you get to the top, it's way too soft because the bag settles. So there's definitely gonna be some settling with this bag, but the fact that you have that foam outside layer that helps contain all of the filling is really nice. So you can hit it, you know, in the middle, at the bottom, higher up top, and with some good power, and you get good pop with this. Now, they advertise this bag as being soft filled. I feel that it's not really a soft filled bag. It's not rock solid, but it's definitely not soft filled. I've hit some soft filled bags. There's like that Title Boxing wide load heavy bag. You guys may have seen me use it in a couple of my videos. I've never done a review. I've just used it at some of the boxing gyms I trained at. To me, that's soft filled, almost like a aqua bag feel, where when you punch it, your punches sink in rather than kind of bounce off. And because of that sinking in, it's a lot easier on your joints and on your body because you're not getting that constant shock from hitting the bag. And with this bag, that's definitely not the case. You definitely can feel the pop of the shots. And again, it's not a bad thing. It's just, I think it's a little misleading that they call it soft filled because, again, I definitely feel the shots and the stiffness of the padding with this bag. So if you're looking for something that's really soft, easy on the joints, you know, you want something like that Title wide load bag, or even the feel of a soft, just a plush bag, you're not gonna get it with this. Now, with that being said, it's not a bad bag whatsoever. I'm just kind of trying to be realistic with how it's advertised. And you can just see the density of it. Use my hand to kind of push into the bag. You know, you get a good pop and feedback out of it, regardless of where you're going, because of that foam and the core. But if you're looking for a truly just soft fill bag, I would look elsewhere. At the price of $169, I actually think it's a pretty good price point for a 100-pound heavy bag. It's anywhere between 90 to 100 pounds, obviously, give or take. They would have to sit there with a scale and literally, you know, put rags in it and make sure that it's exactly 100 pounds, and I doubt they do that. So, but at $169, the material is pretty rugged. It's held up really well. I've had this for a while now as part of my rotation between my aqua bag, my nozzle bag over there. And it's held up really well. I like the fact that the weight of it, you can definitely feel the 100 pounds. So it doesn't sway very much, and the fact that you have a decent amount of weight to it. And it's not too light. I like the fact that they use the metal chains at the very top. These nylon straps are stitched in nicely. The Powerhide is held up really well. All things considered, especially here in Phoenix, it's really hot during the summer, 120, 115 degrees. And so far it's held up really nicely. The only drawback I would say is that it's not a soft filled bag in my opinion, but again, it's a good heavy bag, especially for all types of work. The height of it being 42 inches is perfect for most people to use. So if you're doing your straight on shots, whether it's your jabs or your straights, that's gonna be perfectly fine. It's at the correct height for that. So you can see, you know, I can shoot my jab, I can shoot my straight punches, I can work on hooks, and you can work on body work. So that's one advantage of these cylindrical bags compared to like the Aqua buoy. The buoy sets up a little bit higher because it's more rounded, so you can get underneath. But when you're trying to work body shots, it needs to be a little bit lower. And with this type of bag, you can work going to the body and still going up top. So you definitely have that advantage when it comes to the tag. So overall, a really good deal. I think this bag performs really nicely. The firmness of it, just be mindful of that. A little bit more of a protective glove will go a long way in ensuring that your hands stay healthy, and your wrists and your forearms and all that. So just be mindful of that. But for $169, I definitely think it's a great heavy bag. So If you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys leave them down below in the comments box. I'll put the link in the description box where you can find this Ringside Powerhide heavy bag. I'll see you guys later. Peace.